Okay. So now we are continuing the yesterday's number analogy. Number analogy. See, I think yesterday we started doing some questions from this area. So I said that to solve this number analogy easily, what are the things we need to follow? No, actually, I said now we have to follow certain things so that we can solve these questions quite easily. Squares, values near the squares, then followed by cubes, values near the cubes, then followed by factors or multiples, then followed by sum of digits or even multiplication of digits, then followed by combinations. Not only combinations, even like simple addition. Sometimes the questions will be just addition, sometimes subtraction, and sometimes only multiplication is followed, sometimes only divisions. Simple divisions can be seen. Apart from this, we can even see the values from prime numbers also. The questions can be based on prime numbers as well. So these are the various areas he will focus mainly. So let's try to do some questions, and we started some questions also. Let's try to do some more questions. Okay. Question 664 11 how much? So obviously, if you see the options will give you the clue here for this question. The options are like 144, 169, 121, then followed by 124. So these are the options. So 144, 169, 121, 124. Obviously, see the clue here. This is 64, which is a square, and option A is a square, B is a square, C is also square. So your answer will be somewhere within the squares only, right? So here 64 means how can I write 64? Which is square? 8 square. So how you got this 8 square? Simply I can write like C plus 2 square. In the same way, 11 plus 2 square. So obviously, what is your answer? 169. Okay. Now, next question. 123 4. 726 how much? Okay. Your options are 23, 26, 14, 12. Yes. So try to get the logic. Here you're having very big number, here you're having very small number. So how can you get big numbers from the, how will you get the small number from the big number? So what are the different ways that we can do to get a big number from the small number? We need to follow that, right? Now see here, what we can do? We can do what and all we can do from big number to small number? Divisions, square roots, then followed by sum of digits, multiplication of digits. And these things are only possible. Somewhere the logic will be somewhere in between only. So if you see this, in this case, I can write something like this, right? 1 plus 2 plus 3. How much? 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. In the same way, 7 plus 2 plus 6. 15 minus 2, 13. 13 is not there. So sum of digits avoided. Even you can do multiplication of digits also. 1 into 2 into 3 is 6, 6 minus 2, same. In the same way, 7 into 2, 14, 14, 6, but very small number, so multiplication is also not possible. So it's also not possible because they are not squares. So obviously somewhere your answer will be in division only. So I can write like 12 by 3, that is 4. In the same way, 72 by 6. So what is the answer? 12 is the answer. Okay. Next question. Take down the next question. Yes, 63, 08, 26. For the answer, the moment we see these numbers, is this value are near to any squares and cubes? Yes or no? For example, if you take these two, how can I represent them with respect to squares and cubes? Because the moment I say 26, I know 26 I can write in two ways. One is 3 cube minus 1, or I can write like 5 square plus 1. How can I write 8? Again, I can write 8 also in terms of cubes and squares. I can write like 3 square minus 1. At the same time, I can write like 2 cube as well. So similarly, how can I write 63? I can write like 4 cube minus 1 and 8 square minus 1. See here plus 1, here minus 1. So squares is eliminated. This is area is eliminated now. Now check the remaining one. So what might be your answer? Either it is like 4 square minus 1, or it will be something like 3 cube minus 1, 2 cube. Obviously at 4 cube minus 1, 3 cube. Obviously that option is not there. So answer is 15. So you eliminate this thing. This is the logic. So cube minus 1 and square minus 1. Cube minus 1 and square minus 1. So the next question. Yeah, right now. 392.28. 722, how much? Yeah. Yeah. What might be your answer? Hmm? Options go. 18, 28, 38, 48. 18, 28, 38, 48. Hmm? 38. Okay. So again, big number, small number to big number. Obviously, options are small number again to big number. So what you did? 28 into, okay, 38 into 19. Okay. Why this is 14, this is 19? Same thing. Yes. See, it's a square actually. These are squares. For example, I can write same thing like this. If I divide by 2, how much will you get here? 14. Here, 196, which is 14 square. In the same way, this is by 2 means how much? 361, which is how much square? 19 square. So it is 19 square. So obviously here you should get 19 means obviously here you should have 38 by 2, then only 19, right? Or otherwise you can do square by 2. That is 28 to 392. I can write like 28 square by 2 also. In the same way, if you do this one, 38 square by 2, then you'll get what? 722 as well. So you can do it anyway. Either you first divide by 2, or later you can do square and again you can divide by 2. So you can do whatever you want. Okay. Again, a bit moderate to difficult level question only, not that much easy. Because in the classroom, okay, but in the examination is what important. Okay. Next, 203. So in this case, I think we done this one, I think, no? 1, 2, 3, 36, 221, how much? You see this one, options are your 52, 69, 72, 25, 25. See here 36, which is a square. Obviously, in the option, is there any square? Yes, 25 is there. So obviously, 5 square is the possibility. But we need to check that how is there any possibility of getting 6 square? Simply, you can do it in two ways, right? That is, first one is 1 plus 2 plus 3, sum of digits 6, then square. Similarly, 2 plus 2 plus 1, similarly 5 square. Even it is multiplication also same. For example, if you like 1 into 2 into 3, then also 6, 6 square. But in this case, it will be different answer, right? 2 into 2 into 1, that equal to 4. Obviously, 4 square is equal to what? 16. So you can't do multiplication, right? Next, 204, easy. I'm not going to do that. Next, 205. In your material, I'm not instance, is in your material. 1852, 12, how much? Yes. Okay, 4. Okay, because 1852 is there any common factor? 54. So I can write like into 3 minus 2. 18 3 times 54 minus 2. The same way 12 3 times 36 minus 2. So 34. It's a combination question. Combination of both multiplication and subtraction. Next one. Again 206. You can do it. It's very easy. So you can do it later. Now 207. Again, moderate to difficult level question, 207 also. So let's see do 207. C by L is equal to 24 by 27. Similarly, E by N is how much? I will give options because without options you will get many answers. So your answer is option A, 54 by 60, 56 by 45, 125 by 197, 56 by 54. Okay. Obviously, letter number. Obviously, we have to code first, forward coding or reverse coding. Yeah, 56 by 45. Yes. See, what is C? 3. What is L? 12. We know that thing, right? From forward coding. You see this 3. 24 is a multiple of 3 as well as 27 is a multiple of 3. But 27 is not the multiple of 12, whereas 24 is the multiple of 24. So obviously, I can write like how many times multiplied by 9 times. Similarly, from 12 to here, how many times? Possibility into 2 times, right? In the same way, what is E? No, don't write, it's wrong. E5, N 14. So if you go multiply with 9, how much you will get? Denominator 45. So you're getting 45 here. But if you do the same thing with 14, 14 two times, you will get 28 as the answer, right? So obviously, as you got the denominator, the answer is B. That is 100%. But how you got this 24? Let's see what he did is 12 three times how much? 36. 36 minus 12, 24. That is simply I can write like L into C minus 1. L means what? 12. 12 into 3 minus 1. So 12 two times how much again? 24. Similarly, here also, what I can write? N into E minus 1. What is N? 14. What is E? 5. 5 minus 1. So 14 4 times how much? 56. Obviously, it is equal to 56. So your answer is 56 by 45. Or simply you can write like 14 into 5 minus 14. Simply 14 into 5 minus 14. Then also you'll get 56. So again, this is moderate to difficult level question in the exam. Okay, next. Not 8. Okay, I have to write no. Yeah, directly you can answer it. Try to answer this one. No need to write also. 68, 130, 350. See the options. Your options are 210, 222, 240, 280. What is the value? What is the format? In cube plus n format. 68 means 4 cube plus 4. 130, 5 cube plus 5. 350, 7 cube plus 7. So obviously, what is the answer? 6 cube plus 6. Answer is 222. Yes. N plus n for n cube plus n format. See, analogy, more or less, in the examination, there won't be like too much difficult questions can be asked in an analogy. Analogy normal గానే ఉంటుంది పేపర్ ఎప్పుడు అంత డిఫికల్టీ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయలేం క్వశ్చన్స్. యూ కెన్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ లైక్ మోడరేట్ లెవెల్ బట్ నాట్ దట్ హై డిఫికల్ట్ లెవెల్ నో. ఇంతవరకు అయితే లేదు మరి. నెక్స్ట్ తెలియదు. Yeah, next question write down. 212 from the material. $423, $657, $534. How much? Hmm? 768. Yes. See here 768. Here 3, here 7. So how much increasing by 4? Here 2, here 5. How much increasing by 3? Here 4, here 6. So increasing by 2. So plus 234. So obviously your answer is 657. Similarly, had to add 234. Obviously, answer is 768 is the answer. So simple addition it is, but addition is very big number. Next question. Question number 217 from the material. Question number 217. 6,000. Sorry, 600. 2,000. I think. Yeah. Your options are 3,000, 3,600, 5,400, 5,600. Yeah. 5,600 is the answer, right? See, this question can be approaches two ways of approach. The first approach is if you take out these zeros, take out this zero, take out these zeros, and take out. I can do that, right? Because in the options also I can take out two zeros. Because from the options, that is a possibility for me. If I write now, imagine now only 620. How can we write between 6 and 20? Is there any possibility with respect to squares and cubes? Yes. How can I write 6? 2 square plus 2. Or I can write like 3 square minus 2. I said that yesterday it is in the format of n square plus n. Obviously, I can write like n into n plus 1. So I can write like 2 into 3 also. Similarly, 20. How can I write 20? In terms of n square plus n. 4 square plus 4. In terms of n square minus n. 5 square minus 5. In terms of n into n plus 1, I can write like 4 into 5. Similarly, come to 90. How can I write 90? In terms of square plus 1. 9 square plus 9. In terms of n square minus n, I can write like 1 square minus 10. In terms of n into n plus 1, I can write like 9 into 10. So obviously, what is the answer now? See, 2 into 3, 3 into, or 2 into 3, 4 into 5. 9 into 10 means obviously your answer is series 7 into 8. Or if I want to write in terms of square, n square plus n. So what I can write? 7 square plus 7. In terms of minus, how can I write? 8 square minus 8. So obviously, what is my answer? 56. Or simply, if you want to know the exact answer, this is the answer. That is 20 into 30 is 600. 40 into 50, 2000. 70 into 80, 5600. 90 into 100, 9000. I think any way you can do it. Next one. And the remaining questions are easy, so I'm not doing them. So question number 220 from the material. 167, 14, tell 143 how much? Your options are very simple: 7, 8, 6, 5. No need to do. You can answer it. It's not that much difficult. You can answer it. It's not a big deal. What is the answer? Sum of digits. So what is the answer? Sum of digits. That is 1 plus 6 plus 7 is how much? 14. 1 plus 4 plus 3. How much? 8 is the answer. So sum of digits simple. Okay. So these are the some questions from your number analogy. See, moreover, it doesn't matter. Generally, the questions will be from your squares, cubes, sum, or combinations. Only these variations are possible. Okay. So what you try to do is you try to do only two things. Number one is you try to practice. Anyway, you're having now sufficient time. Those who are preparing for 2022 SSC, I think you're having a lot of time actually, not sufficient time. You're having a lot of time. So you try to do entire chapter-wise previous questions by Kiran's. Bought this book? Bought? కొన్నారా మీ దగ్గర ఉంటుంది పక్క కొన్నావా నిన్నే కొనలేదా ఎందుకు did you bought the book? Ordered. No, why order? Online it is there available. Actually, I think I put this PDF in the group also. No, I didn't do that. No. The group, I will put now. Okay, why you are buying all this? No need to buy. Okay. No, that's depends upon you. If you are more familiar with the interaction with the digital format, yes. Or if you are more comfortable with the hard copy, you can follow that. So from chapter wise previous questions, you try to do entire number knowledge. You try to do entire all the questions because now a lot of time is there. You try to do all the questions. But I think in Kiran's previous recent questions are not there. I think 2020, 2021 is not there. Okay, that I am going to provide anyway in the group. Already 2021 provided. 2020 is there with me. I think I have to search. I don't know where I kept it. After that, again, we will post in the group. You try to practice from there. That is more than sufficient. Okay. Next one, letter analogy. Definitely, you'll get one question from this area also. Letter analogy. Definitely, you'll get one question from this area as well. This letter analogy is similar to coding decoding. Remember, it is quite similar to coding decoding. If you are perfect with coding and decoding, actually I no need to explain letter analogy. If you are perfect with coding and decoding, I no need to explain at all letter analogy. But as it is mentioned in the syllabus, and he is asking definite one question from the letter analogy, we have to solve. Otherwise, already I done in the coding and decoding. For example, in coding and decoding, what are the different possible types of questions are possible in the analogy? Let's check them first. You should know what type of questions you'll ask. The first type of questions you will ask is from forward coding. Forward coding, definitely will get questions. No, only these questions are possible. Not definite. Only these questions are possible. Other questions you can't make. Forward coding. Other one is reverse coding. Then followed by opposite coding. You get a lot of questions from opposite coding. I don't know why. SSC will ask a lot of analogy questions from coding, opposite coding. Then followed by change in pattern. Change in pattern. Then followed by rearrangement. So these are the areas where he is going to ask the questions. So remember these areas. If you are perfect with these areas in coding and decoding, your analysis is also over. Okay. But in spite of that, let's solve some questions. Again, basically the questions from letter analogy will be easy. Basically the question will be easy. Okay. Sometimes he may ask a difficult question. Generally they will be easy. Okay. So let's solve some questions for the sake of practice. Write down first question from the material. Because already explanation done in coding and decoding, so I'm not doing any kind of explanation here. ABZ is called as BDX CFE is coded as how much? Like this. Coding and decoding, that is how the terminology will be. In coding and decoding, that's how you will go for terminology. So what is the answer? No need, just. What is the answer? D. A to B. A to B. What is the change? No, what is analogy? I think we know definition, right? What is the relation that you between these two? Apply the same relation, get the answer. Okay. A to B, how much change? Plus 1. B to D, how much? Plus 2. Z to X, how much? Minus 2. So what type of question? Change in pattern. C plus 1, D. F plus 2, H. V minus 2, B. BHD is the answer. Option D. Okay. So change in pattern question. If you want, you can write what type of pattern or but not need. Because once you practice all these questions, the entire reasoning looks same for you. Because same coding and decoding is applicable not only in analogy, but also in odd one out also. Same coding and decoding can be even in series also. So obviously, at the end of the day, if you see entire board view of this entire reasoning paper, it appears like everything is same. Okay, hardly we can divide the entire reasoning paper into some 3-4 sections. That's it. Okay, next one. By seeing this, you tell first what type of coding. This is the second question from your material. Second in the sense 162nd in your material. BCDE, BWXY, FGHI, how much? This one. So what type of coding? Opposite coding. Simply. So it is an opposite coding question. So what is okay? Not just opposite coding, it is opposite coding and reverse. Two-layer question. For example, B opposite Y, C opposite X, D opposite W, E opposite B, right? Yes. So once you got this, you try to reverse it, you will get the answer. F opposite U, G, T, H, S, I, R. So you reverse it, R, S, T, U is the answer. So what is the pattern? Opposite coding, then followed by reverse. Maximum SSC, this one. Okay. You see many questions like this. See, after you bought the book, chapter wise previous questions, come to me again. I will tell how to solve this. Because if you open analogy book, there are more than 500 questions from number analogy, 500 from letter analogy, somewhere 500 from the word analogy, 1500 questions. You will solve the entire month, I know. No, you should not solve that like that. I will tell how to approach that book. Okay, by seeing how to eliminate and how to approach that is very important. If you keep on solving this book all the time, during revisions also, it won't fetch you good marks. Okay, I will tell even how to revise also that book. Okay, next one. RIDE is coded as LNBE. Similarly, help is coded as how much? What the answer? Same change in pattern. R to L. R is 18, L is 12. How much change? Minus 6. I9, N14 plus 5. D4, B2. O, D minus 2. E 0. Same as this. So H minus 6. P. E plus 5. J. L minus 2. J. P as it is. So BJP. Double JP. Next question. Very important. Question number 165 in the material. That is very important. Write down this one. Easy but important. Locker is coded as KM, NP, BD, JL, DF. Yes. How is left is coded? How left is coded? What? What the answer? See, locker how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. But here how many letters total? 12 letters. So 6, 12. What to do? K, L, M, N, O, P, B, C, D, J, K, L, D, E, F, Q, R, S. So adjacent letters. L adjacent, K, M. E adjacent, D, F. F adjacent, E, G. T adjacent, S, U. So this is the answer. Only adjacent letters you need to take. Okay. Just you write this in the notes. Opposite coding questions. You just write down opposite coding questions because these questions are repeating, so I don't want to write more number of times. So opposite coding questions. Question number 166 is opposite coding. Question number 170 opposite coding. 176 opposite coding. So just you make a note. So once you get the material, you just go through that. 180 opposite coding. 183 opposite coding. 187 opposite coding. Okay, all these are opposite coding questions. Okay. Now next one, write down rearrangement questions because already done in coding and decoding, so no need to worry much. Next one is rearrangement questions. Yeah, I will give some questions to solve. Then I will tell that what are the question numbers. You can go through that. Okay. Yes, write down. NUMERAL numeral is written as UEALRML. In the same way, algebra is written as. So this is question number 173 in the material. Okay. Rearrangement question directly. So what is the answer? What is the answer? So first, where we have to start? How to start? How to start for this kind of questions? First, left side to right side to left side. Left side to right side. We start from here. U. Where is U? Here is the U. What is the next letter? E. Where is E? E is here. What is the next letter? A. Where is A? Here. So obviously, I come know that it is alternate kind of thing is taken. So what is the next one? L. Check the L. Where here? Here it is L. Then R. Where is R? R is here. So obviously, is moving in this direction. After R, you are having M. After M, you are having L. That is the answer. So it's a rearrangement. So what is the answer now? L E R AB, GA. Till here AB. Okay, very easy. Let's see some rearrangement questions in the analogy from the, it's actually coding decoding only, but it's converting into analogy. Right now, question number 179 is rearrangement. 179 is rearrangement. 186 is rearrangement. 186 is rearrangement. 189 is rearrangement. So all these are rearrangement questions. Again, you can solve by your own. It's not a difficult question. Even by seeing that, you will get the answer. So no need to worry much. Next one. Write down next question. The question is from forward coding. Let's take that question. IC is 6. Similarly, DP is how much? From forward coding or reverse coding, whatever it may be. Options are 14, 10, 12, 16. What's the answer? Okay. Okay. First, we don't know whether it is forward coding or reverse coding, but we'll check with the first forward coding. What is I? 9. C? 3. So 9 minus 3 is equal to 6. In the same way, 9 plus 3 by 2 is also 6. Now you take dp. What is d? 4. P? 16. If you take 4 minus 16, that equal to 12. In the same way, 4 plus 16 by 2, that equal to 10. So what is the answer? Here 6, 6, fine. Both the case you got 6. But in case 12, in one case it is 10. Which one is correct? Logically, which one is correct? Huh? 12 is correct. Huh? 12 is correct. No comments, huh? Logically, think logically and try to which one will be correct and which will be wrong. Yeah, 12 is correct. Why? It's only difference, it's not minus. And moreover, the logic here is the difference between the letters is asking. It's not like, for example, I'm converting a letter into number. It doesn't mean that I have to convert entirely and represent in the mathematical form, because I can't represent I and C in the mathematical form, because all the alternate is available for me. If alternate is not available, then I can convert into a mathematical form and I can give the answer, right? Yeah, 12 is the answer. Good. Right on. Next question. Okay. A, D, C, B. Question number 167 from the material. A, D, C, B, A, N, M, L, the same way. E, H, G, I, how much? Change the what is the format? Huh? Less than. So I will give options then, because there's a possibility of getting more than one answer for this question. 167. Your options are, write down B, D, G, F, E, R, U, S, T, Q, R, S, T, Z, Y, X, W. So what is the answer? Okay. See, generally, if you go with the normal change in pattern type, for example, A1, K, RUST. Okay. A, K, how much increase? Plus 10. Why? A is 1, K is 11, 1 plus 10 is 11. D4, N14. So 4 plus 10 is 14. C3, M13. So again plus 10. B2, L2 also plus 10. The moment I do it plus 10 here, 5 plus 10 is 15. So your answer should be O, which is not at all there in the options. So when it is not possible like this, you can do like this also. It's no difficult in that. That is, what is the difference between A to D? A1, B4. So obviously plus 3. D to C, minus 1. C to B, minus 1. K to N, plus 3. N to M, minus 1. Is also minus 1. E to H, plus 3. H to G, minus 1, minus 1. In the options also check plus 3, minus 1 format. If you do that, D to G, how much? Plus 3. G to F, minus 1. F to E, minus 1. So plus 3, minus 1, minus 1. Or you can do like this also. Not only this is the standard format, you need to follow nothing like that. You can follow any method. A to B, how much? Plus 1. Again B to C, plus 1. C to D again, plus 1. KL plus 1, NM plus 1. The same way, EG plus 1, GH also plus 1. Similarly, DE plus 1, FG also plus 1. Like that also you can do it. It's up to you. Okay. You can follow any format. It's not like only this format you need to follow, nothing. Even there is no priority order also. ఇది ఫస్ట్ చేయాలి, ఇది సెకండ్ చేయాలి, ఇది థర్డ్ చేయాలి అని ప్రయారిటీస్ కూడా ఏమీ లేవు. అదే ఎస్ఎస్సి యొక్క గొప్పతనం. So for sometimes you get more than 2 answers in the exam. Then you will fizzle out by saying that you don't know which option you have to keep. Okay. You will experience this kind of stuff a lot. And remaining all maximum almost all questions are change in pattern questions only. And change in pattern is not like drastic change in pattern like plus 3 minus 2 minus 2 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. All these are the types of change in pattern questions. Okay. So that is the reason I said now from this area you can easily solve it once you know coding and decoding, because both are quite similar in nature. Just okay, G question అవుతుందా? IG ఉంటుంది, sorry. H to I plus 1, I to G. Oh, finish 167. EHGI only. Okay, then plus 3, H to G, minus 1, G is 7, right? I is 9. మరి ఇక్కడ plus 2 వచ్చింది అక్కడ. Okay. అది I కాదు యాక్చువల్లీ F. అది ప్రింటింగ్ చాలా లైట్ గా పడ్డది అనమాట, అది ఎవరికి కనపడట్లేదు. సో ఐ థాట్ ఇట్ ఇస్ లైక్ దిస్. ఇట్స్ F. సో పర్ఫెక్ట్ నౌ. Minus 1 and plus 1. Printing was very light actually. Okay. So these are the different types of these questions. Next, start with word analogy. First of all, tell me, to solve these word analogy questions, what you require? What and all you should know to solve these questions quite perfectly. Because many of the students will lose here only. In analogy, if you are losing mark, they will lose only in the word analogy, but not in the letter and number. Okay. GK, general knowledge. That is must. General knowledge with respect to all. You require GK. That is must. And second thing you require is vocabulary. Yes. Second thing you require is vocabulary. If you are unable to do those two things, you will never make a mark in this. For example, general knowledge, the mainly you will expect questions from history. History in the sense you will ask founder of the dynasty, and dynasty name. If you don't know these two things, how can you answer? Founder of which dynasty? For example, who is the founder of Mauryan dynasty? Huh? Who? Who's the founder of Mauryan dynasty? Guptan dynasty? Gone. I know. Sri Gupta. You studied recently, remembered. I'm saying that you should remember that GK. He will give a poet name belongs to so and so dynasty or under so and so king. Here also one poet and he starts to in which one. So you should have knowledge of it. And you should have the knowledge of geography. So in geography, you will talk about different types of trees, you will talk about rivers, you will talk about different types of hills. For example, the question will be something like this. He will say that evergreen forest, Iboni. Coniferous forest, which tree? Gone. In the option, there are 4 trees are there, but you don't know which tree belongs to which forest. How can you answer it? Is it possible literally? Chandragupta. See, ఏదన్నా ఒక కింగ్డమ్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఇద్దరు ఉంటారు. ఒకని మూల పురుషుడు అంటారు. మూల పురుషుడు ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ దట్ హి ఇస్ నాట్ ఏ కింగ్ బట్ హి విల్ ప్లే ఏ కింగ్ మేకింగ్ రోల్. Then after 1 generation or 2 generations, the actual person becomes the official king. So there are 2 persons actually. So in the textbook it varies. Don't worry about that. Okay, anyway, uh, in geography you will see different types of rocks. For example, he will say that this is a sedimentary rock, and he will give the example. And he will ask that metamorphic rock example. If you don't know what are metamorphic rocks, how can you answer it? So what is important is general knowledge is very, very important, and sometimes common sense is very important. If the question is something related to the general words, then what is important? Common sense is very much important. And vocabulary, from the vocabulary, you can expect questions from three areas. One is antonyms, other one is synonyms, other one is one word substitutions. For example, he will say that insects entomology, snakes what? That comes under one word substitution, the study of this, the study of that. Yes or no? So you can see a lot of one word substitutions as well. So in from vocabulary, antonyms, synonyms, and one word substitutions. General knowledge, everything is important. Regarding like he may give like regarding currencies of different countries. If it come to polity, in polity they will try to relate different parliaments in the world. Okay, America, Congress, India, what is the name of the Indian Parliament? Everybody don't, nobody know. No, you can't answer it, right? So that's what is very important. GK is very, very important. And sometimes it is quite deceiving nature. I will tell how they will deceive you. For example, I'm giving one example. I'm saying that cow is a herbivore. What's the meaning of herbivore? That feeds on herbs. Okay. Now, if I say what is tiger, and I'm giving options. Option A, omnivore. Option B, okay, carnivore. Option, sorry, C, sanguivore. Option D, carnivore. Or I can use something like frugivore or insectivore or whatever it may be. Now, once I give this one, cow, herbivore, tiger, what's the answer? Carnivore. Okay, that's good. The moment if I change this one, the question also changes, right? In place of tiger, if I take dog, what is the answer? What is the answer? Wrong. I said it will deceive you. You should know biology here. Dog belongs to which family? My family. No. Dog is a part of the family. No. Pet. No, pet is not a family. Canine. It's a canine. Canine means they're dominating what? Canines. Flesh-eating animals. No. So the canine is more dominant. Actually, dog is a flesh-eating animal. So dog is a carnivore, not an omnivore. But you are forcing it to eat whatever you are putting. Okay, so that is different. So that will deceive you in the exam. So obviously it is carnivore according to the biology. If the same question I ask, what is cockroach? See the same question, how can I make difficult by changing the simple word? Cockroach. What is the answer? Omnivore, carnivore, sanguivore, carnivore. Huh? Sanguivore. What is the meaning of sanguivore? Detrivore means that feeds on dead. Scavengers that feeds on dead and decaying matter. For example, you take vultures. Vultures comes under scavengers because they will eat on dead animals. They will never hunt. Okay, that is called as scavengers. You come to detrivore. Detrivore means those animals that feeds on the decaying matter. For example, take earthworm. Earthworm feeds on the decaying matter. So earthworm is called as a detrivore. So vulture is a scavenger. It's a detrivore. Now, what is the answer for cockroach? Anybody? Pick up one thing. Logical. You try to think. Okay, you're writing an exam. Same question appeared. So which one you will pick up based on what logic? Yeah, your answer is omnivore. Okay, cockroach is an omnivore. It eats both. It will eat your vegetables and all these things in your kitchen. At the same time, is there any flesh also it will eat, right? So it is an omnivore. That you should know. And if it is mosquito, then what is the answer? Sanguivore. What is the meaning of sanguivore? Those animals that feeds on blood. Those animal that feeds on blood. Name some animal that feeds on blood. One is mosquito. Fine. Other? Leech. Leech also comes under your sanguivore. This is previous SSC question asked many times. Leech is very important for exam because the economic importance of leech is huge. It is used in the medicine also. So that is the reason it is very important. Now come to cannibal. What is the meaning of cannibal? Eating of their own species is called as cannibalism. Examples of some animals that are cannibals. Shark, snake. Very good example is in the SSC example. Give SSC examples, okay? Don't give National Geographic Channel or Discovery Channel examples. So snake, yeah, in SSC this is the previous question. Because snake eat their own babies. పాము తన పిల్లల్ని అదే తింటదని తెలుగు తింటారు కదా సో అదేనమాట దే ఈట్ దేర్ ఓన్ బేబీస్ ఇట్స్ కాల్డ్ as cannibals. Okay, so this kind of general knowledge is required to answer this analogy. So in this I can't do anything. What I want to say at the end of the day, the bottom line is from this area there is no kind of logic, nothing, because that depends upon your GK and vocabulary skills. Yeah, somewhere wherever it is required, definitely I will try to do that. It is totally in your hands. If you get very easy question, you will do it immediately. If it is tough question, again sometimes you will get the options, two options, and then you can attempt two. See, in SSC do one thing, out of four options, if you are able to eliminate two options, take risk. If you are able to eliminate one option, don't take risk. If you are unable to eliminate all the options, never take a risk. That's how the approach should be. At least 50-50, okay, fine. But don't take like 100% chance. Okay, never correct. Okay, let's solve some questions here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to keep this PDF as it is, and no need to write, interested not to write, because even you also no need to write, because it's kind of approach is important. Yeah, 214. Poet, imagination, historian, what? What is the relation between poet and imagination? What is the relation between? It's general knowledge question. It's not a subject question. Historian works on facts. That is the answer, right? So, yeah, what is the relation between poet and imagination? What is the relation between poet and imagination? How can you relate these words? Poet imagines and he will write. Okay, poet will imagine and he will, so he works on imagination. Obviously, historian works on facts. Yes or no? Historian construct what? History based on facts. What are those facts? How you study history? Sources. Or that is, what are the source of to study? What are the sources to study the history? Ages. How you know the time period? Script. What is the script? Jabardast script. No. What is the word script? You should not use the word script. Okay, I will tell. See, there are two ways of studying history. The first one is, if you come to Indus Valley civilization somewhere around 2500 BC, prior to 2500 BC, there is no literature. means there is no written form of anything. There are no alphabets, numbers, or any kind of written form. Then how you study history? Then you study history based upon the tools used by the man. The tools may be rocks. If you are studying about Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic, in these ages, lithic means stone. Paleo means old, Meso means middle, Neo means new. So that depends upon old stone tools, middle stone tools, and new stone tools, and Chalcolithic. Chalco means copper. So man, because man first discovered the copper, so he combined copper and stone, and he started using the tools. So based upon that tools, we used to study history. For example, if a person is able to use a small stone with sharp edges, then we can know that that person know the technology how to sharp the objects. Yes or no? So based upon like the tools used by the man, we used to study that. Then come to Indus Valley civilization. During the time of Indus Valley civilization, there is a script, but it is a pictographic script. Pictographic script means that script is in the form of images. Till now, the man is unable to decipher it. For example, still today, there are some languages that are in the pictorial form. What are those languages? Till today, there are some languages in the pictorial form. What are the languages? Chinese, Japanese. Have you seen them? Sometimes the Japanese words looks like a man is dancing. Yes or no? So still there is a pictographic language is there. So but still man is unable to decipher it. So at that point of time also man used to study their society by using the type of tools used by him. Whether he used pottery, beads, or he constructed any houses or granaries, or he used any kind of metals. So we used to study history. Then once the literature came into being, then we started studying the literature from the different sources, maybe from inscription. Inscription means he will write something on the hard surface like rock, like copper plates. So you will from the inscriptions, from the coins, numismatics, from the coins we used to study history, from the tools used by them, monuments, the constructions. So that's how we'll study the history, no? So all these are facts only. Historians should not imagine the history, not like Padmavat movie. Okay, should not imagine that you should write. Historian has to work on the fact. Okay, this is the evidence that is available. Based upon this evidence, according to this, I am writing so and so, so and so. So obviously, historian should work on fact. Should not imagine like a poet. So that is the reason poet works on imagination, whereas historian works on facts. Right? Now come to 215. Try to answer it. Gifted intelligence, creative, artistic. First of all, what is the relation between gifted and intelligence? It's a general knowledge question. General knowledge, just common sense question. We know that intelligence is always gifted. Listen, intelligence is always gifted. That's a gift given to any person by natural, by inborn. In the same way, creative is always productive. Remember, creative is always productive. For example, there are two options that are very close. See, I can eliminate two options. One is I can eliminate scientific, I can eliminate option D, repetitive. Now there are only two options that is left. That is A and C. Your answer will be either A or C. So if you are creative enough, you can be more productive in the art also. Yes or no? If you are creative enough, you can be more productive in art also. So you may use very less less resource, okay, to make that particular art. Yes or no? So you can be more creative. So that is the reason. If you are more creative, you'll be more always you'll be productive in nature. So that is the relation. So gifted is always intelligence and creative is always productive in nature. Okay. Next one, 216. Very easy question. I think you can answer it. Triangle, hexagon. Similarly. So triangle, hexagon means tri means 3, hexa means 6. So exactly double. The same way. What's the answer? Rectangle, octagon. Rectangle 4, octagon. How many we are having? 8. Good. Next one. 217. I think you can answer this one also. It's not that much difficult. Easy question. Procession route, earthward. What's the meaning of procession? What's the meaning of procession? Group of people. Urigimpu, Shobhayatra. Okay, for example, if there is any event that is going on regarding any religious activity or something, generally we'll follow some procession. We'll take the god to this particular route and finally we'll go to that route and finally we'll go to the temple or yes, we'll follow one route. So whenever there is a procession, always procession follow a route. In the same way, Earth always follow one route. We call that as orbit. Okay, anyway, your answer is orbit. Now 2 and 8. Try to answer 2 and 8. It's quite interesting question actually. Fertilizer, crop, teacher, education, chlorine, water, tonic body, pesticide, rat. Pesticide, rat. Why? Why we use? What is the use of fertilizer for the crop? Teacher, education, chlorine, water. Almost all of them. Yeah. What is the ratio between fertilizer and crop? To increase the productivity of the crop. Generally, if you add a fertilizer, it increases the productivity of the crop. Is fertilizer is mandatory for the crop? Is fertilizer is mandatory for the crop? Yes or no? No. For example, I'm having 1 acre of land. Even if I put the seed, it will become a plant. Even though I'm not adding any fertilizer. But if I add fertilizer, it will increase the productivity. That's it, right? So it is not mandatory. Okay, if you add it, it increases productivity. In the same way, come to option A, teacher education. Is teacher is mandatory for education? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Without teacher, there is no education. తెలుగులో ఒక సామెత ఉంటుంది. గురువు లేని చదువు గుడ్డి చదువు అని. You require a master. It doesn't matter who you are. For example, take Swami Vivekananda. Who is a guru? Yes or no? It's for example, you take any activity. For example, take cricket. There will be some coaches still today people present. So for education also, you require. For example, take Abdul Kalam. He used to say that because of so and so teacher made me to think like this. He guided me and all this thing. So teacher is must for the education, but fertilizer is not must for the crop. Teacher is must for the education, but not fertilizer. So answer is A is eliminated. Come to B. Now, first of all, logically we try to get the answer. Fertilizer crop. What is the relation? Either it is a positive relation or negative relation. Positive relation. But if you come to option B, chlorine and water, what kind of relation? Positive relation or negative relation? It's negative because chlorine kills the bacteria that is present in the water. Yes or no? So kind of negative relation. It is positive for you, but not for the bacteria, right? In the same way, tonic body. So what is the relation between tonic and body? Tonic increases the productivity of the body. Your tonic means don't think of in one dimensional way. So your tonic means that increases the productivity. If you are not adding tonic to you, no problem. You will recover very slowly. But you take tonic, you will recover fast. Means it increases your productivity. So in this relation, your answer is option C is the answer. Again, pesticide and rat, both are negatively related words. Next, 219. Fish scales bear. This is also previous SSC question. All these are previous SSC questions. There's nothing new. Fish scales bear. So two options are eliminated. What are they? Feathers and leaves are eliminated. Because feathers are present for birds and leaves are present for the trees, plants. Now, what is the answer? Either fur or skin. Now, out of these two options, which is the better option? Which is the better option? Why fur is the better option than skin? What might be your reason? Huh? Skin is always mandatory. Okay. Now, what is the relation between fish and scales? Fish will also have scales. Skin. Yeah, skin. Both will have skin, no doubt about that. Okay. So the leftover is fur. The leftover is fur. Okay. See, here you should require a subject is required, a bit of subject. We know our skin has 3 layers. We call it as epidermis. Outer layer of skin is called as epidermis. Middle layer is called as mesodermis, and the inside layer is called as endodermis. So we have 3 layers of skin. If you see the scales of a fish, this is the epidermal layer which is converted into scales. So it's a part of skin. The scale is a part of skin because it's the epidermal layer, upper layer. But you come to bear, fur is not a part of skin. The hair comes from endodermal origin, it will comes to the top. లోపల నుంచి బయటకు వస్తుంది, అది పీకేజ్ ఏం కాదు, చచ్చిపోతుంది. కానీ ఫిష్ పైన స్కేల్స్ చేస్తే చచ్చిపోతుంది because you're removing the skin epidermal layer. So what's your answer now? Skin is the answer. His answer is skin is the answer. So very close options. SSC, typical SSC question. In SSC you can eliminate 2 options very easily, and the remaining 2 options is very different. Unless you know the subject very well, you can't answer them. Sometimes the questions will be easy as well. So low protein world. And moreover, see, think logically also. The fur is not present in all the bears. For example, the bears that are living in the tropical region, means in this region, generally they won't have any fur. If the same bear living in any temperate region or in polar region, then only you can see there their body is covered with fur as a climatic adaptation. Right? Next one, 220. You can answer it. Easy one. Writer, pen. Yes. Writer, pen. What's the answer? Artist, brush. Writer uses pen, whereas artist uses brush. Easy. Next one. Country, president, state. Yes or no? Yes. For country, head of the country is president. Head of the state is governor. This is easy one. Next, triple two. Mirage, desert. In the same way. Rainbow, sky. What is the relation between mirage and desert? It okay. Mirage formation can be seen in desert. So mirage is a phenomena that occurs in the desert due to the total internal reflection of light. It's a phenomena that occurs by some physical phenomena that is called as total internal reflection of light. In the same, huh? Road also. See, wherever you have a high temperature, then you can see the formation of mirages. Okay, the lower layer will have high temperature, and as the you go to the upper strata, the temperature keep on decreasing. In that areas, you can see all mirages. Yeah. So generally, we'll see mirage in the desert. In the same way, rainbow is a phenomena that occurs in the sky. Okay. Next one, 223. Timid as cunning. Everybody know. We keep on studying this cunning animal, cunning animal. Fox is the answer. Timid. What is the meaning of timid? What is the meaning of timid? Timid means, they will say that my dog is more timid. Not lazy. Timid means not lazy. They will say that my dog is more timid. And no. Timid means easy bedripoth on time. They will frighten quite easily. Opposite to? Yeah. Easier bedripoth anamata. We can fear them easily. It's a kind of thing. We can frighten them quite easily. Timid means easily frightened animal. You know what is the most timid animal? What is the most timid animal? Easily bedripoth on time. The moment they see you, they will run and all this. The most timid animals. Huh? Okay. Do you know that ass is a timid animal? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. How? Yeah. See, migration is a common phenomena for any organism. Maybe a bird, maybe a human, maybe or any animal. Migration is a common phenomenon. If you see, there is a program in National Geographic Channel by name called as Great Migration. There is a documentary called as Great Migration. In the Great Migration, particularly in the African region, I think there are some zebras. This is okay, as comes under a family of zebras only. These zebras will migrate from one country to the another country. It's like they will migrate around some 6,000, 7,000 kilometers. They keep on migrating. So while they are migrating, they will always move in herds. They can't move single. The moment they will got single, they will die. So always they have to move in the herds. So while migrating, in on the path, there are a lot of obstacles. There are rivers. In the rivers, there are a lot of crocodiles. Crocodiles try to eat them. There are lions. They are try to attack them. There are cheetah, jackals. So there are a lot of in spite that, even though the zebra is the most timid animal, in spite of all these obstacles, they will still go for migration. They will see that how they will go, how they are going to avoid these things, even though they are most timid animals. So what are the criteria they will follow and all? I think you have seen this, no? Whenever they are crossing the rivers, all animals will jump and they will try to move like this. So they will follow some kind of methods, okay, to migrate. That documentary enters. So that shows that even the most timid animal will show sometimes more courage. Even cunning is obviously, horse is the most cunning animal, and we always represent for hard work. Fox always we represent for honey. Horse we always represent for moving swiftness, more fast. Okay. Rabbit is also timid animal. Even rabbit is also timid animal. Next one, 224. Ecstasy gloom. What is the relation between ecstasy and gloom? Ecstatic means ecstatic. For example, the moment you see the result, in the result there is that okay, you got examiner or preventive officer. So whatever the feeling that you will get in your mind, that is called as ecstatic. More joy, excitement, whatever the word you can give it, you can give that. It's called as ecstatic. And what is ecstatic? Means more happiness than normal. Okay. Gloom means dull. Means it's more intense form of dull. Dull means okay, I'm like this. Gloom means sitting in the corner and crying and all these things. So that comes under more intense form of dullness. So both are how they're related? Antonyms, opposites, right? In the same way, what is the answer? Okay, sorry. First option. What is the first option here? Congratulations and occasion. How they are related? Are they antonyms? No. So on the occasion, we'll generally congratulate, right? On any occasion. Diligent and successful. What is the meaning of what is the relation between diligent and successful? Diligent means okay. Diligent means a person who is having only one thing in mind is called as diligent. For example, we can say that Narendra Modi is the most diligent man. Or we can say Virat Kohli is the more diligent. Diligent means that they'll have only one thing in mind. That is administration, for example. If you want Virat Kohli, only one thing in mind, that is playing cricket. For example, you should be diligent means only one thing should mind. What is that? SSC. I have to crack SSC, only one thing in mind. So then obviously what you will get? Success. If you are diligent only, you will get success. You are having multiple things in mind running. No, not possible. That's the biggest problem. Many students after cracking SSC, they will come back. I want to prepare for UPSC. I said not possible. In this stress combination, it is not possible. Either you have to long live for 2 years, sit and prepare. Otherwise, you do the job and enjoy the life. Okay, you marry, you enjoy the life, do the other thing. Don't go this kind of stuff unless you are wasting your time and productivity. Okay, not possible. So only one thing in mind should be this. Next one is measure scale. How they are related? Same. We use scale to measure. And what is the answer? Option D. How they are related? Humiliation and exaltation. Humiliation means humiliating someone. Exalting means praising someone. Both are antonyms. Next one. Life, death. Beginning. How they are related? Life and death. Opposites. In the same way, beginning opposite is end. Next one. 226. Leg, knee, arm. What's the answer? Elbow. Kaliki, motaru. Cheki. Moche. Leg, knee. The same way, arm, elbow. If your answer is something like this, leg, ankle. If your relation is leg, ankle, then arm, wrist, like that, right? Next 227. Interrupt, speak. How they are related? How they are related? So for example, I'm speaking, someone is interrupting. So speaking and interrupting. So same kind of relation from the options. Shout and yell. See, both are similar. Shouting and yell means both are synonyms. Intrude and enter. What is the meaning of intrude? Intrude and enter both are synonyms. Intrude means entering without permission is called as intrude. For example, if you see the sentence improvement in English, they will say no. Generally, the thief entered the house. No, the thief will never take your permission to enter entering the house. Obviously, the thief will intrude into the house. That is the correct word you have to use. Anyway, the next one is interfere, clash. See here, someone is clashing, other one is interfering. So someone is speaking, interrupting, clashing, interfering. So your answer is option C is the answer. Next one, 228. Fast, hunger, race. Fast means not eating, you are not eating anything. So fasting. So when you fast, it leads to hunger. In the same way, when you run, race leads to fatigue. Next, antonym, synonym. How are antonyms are related? Opposites. In the same way, what is the opposite of analysis? What is the meaning of analysis first? Analysis means? Analysis means? Anybody? What is the meaning of analysis? Giving the whole? No, giving data is something. No. Okay, give the data. That's not analysis. Analysis means I will tell that. What is the meaning of lysis? Anybody? What is the meaning of lysis? To break. Whom? For example, hydrolysis. Hydro means water. Lysis means breakdown. So breaking of water. So analysis means whenever you are having a piece of information, how you observe is you will try to divide that information into small bits or paragraphs and you try to correlate them or interrelate them. That is called as analysis. Have you seen this movie? Whenever hero wants something to get, what he will do, whatever the events that happen, he will try to segregate that events. And he will try to analyze. That is called as analysis. When you're having the information, you will try to divide it into small pieces and you try to correlate them. That is called as analysis. What is exactly opposite of this? Exactly opposite of this means you have to put all the information together. You have to synthesize all this, you have to put together and you have to overview of that information. That is the opposite thing. So that is analysis. So opposite of analysis is synthesis. Opposite of analysis is synthesis. Summarize, you are having a lot of information and you try to take out that into summary of the only some part, only the bottom line you have to take. The story నుంచి మనం కొంచెం తీసి దాన్ని summarize అంటాము. Okay, that is a different thing. Next one, 230, easy. Stethoscope, heartbeat. In the same way, thermometer, temperature. Right? What is the relation between stethoscope and heartbeat? Stethoscope is the instrument used to measure heartbeat. In the same way, what is the instrument used to measure temperature? Obviously, thermometer. Everybody know that. Next one, 231. Spring, summer. In the same way, spring, summer. What is the relation between spring and summer? Yeah. If you know the seasons, spring, after spring. Now we are in where? So spring or summer? Summer. After summer. Autumn. Then after autumn. After winter. Spring. This is how it goes. In India, can you see spring and autumn seasons? Why? If you apply any European university, they will say that like spring admissions, autumn admissions, yes or no? But India will never say spring admission, autumn admission. Why? Why European countries are using that word? Why we are not using that word? We are close to the equator. So whenever you are close to the equator, there is no drastic change in the temperature. Obviously, seasons will not follow. For example, if you go to Kerala, during summer you won't wear any shirt. During winter also you won't wear any shirt because there is a drastic change in the temperature. But if you go to temperate regions, go to Delhi, summers will be too hot, winters will be too cold. Yes or no? So you can't behave like a same, like a tropical region will behave. So that is the reason we have this. So first spring, then summer. Similarly, first Sunday, then followed by Monday. Thursday, Wednesday, no. Tuesday, Friday, no. Friday, Monday also no. Now come to 232. Body, stomach, library. So what's the difference body and stomach? Stomach is a part of your body. In the same way, which one is the part of the library? Book is the part of library. Next, differ, put off. How these are related? Differ and put off. Differ and put off both are synonyms. Differ means I am differing with that. Put off means postpone. Whenever I differ means I don't want this, so postpone that. So put off means also postpone. Or I don't want that. So that is the meaning of that. Differ and put off both are synonyms. In the same way, deduce. Deduce means deduct. To take out something. To infer something. So that is the reason. Deduce means infer. So differ and put off both are synonyms. In the same way, deduce and infer both are synonyms. Next, 234. Fish gills. Human? No. Fish has gills as the respiratory structures. Humans have lungs as respiratory structures. See, sometimes in the exam, nose also will go for the correct answer. Generally, when you get that as a nose as a correct answer means if fish has having a gills as external gills kada baite untayi anamata gills external gills unte nose correct avutundi. You're having internal gills, then your answer becomes lungs as the correct one. But anyway, in this case, your answer is why grape whiskey. The different sources of making of your beverages. There are different types of beverages: alcoholic beverages and non-alcoholic beverages. Non-alcoholic beverages means non-alcoholic beverages means there are two types of beverage. What you are talking is beverage. All are beverages. Okay. Coffee, tea. Yeah, this is all comes under your non-alcoholic beverage. Me kashayam daughter COVID వచ్చినప్పుడు that comes under non-alcoholic beverage. There are some alcoholic beverages. What is the main source of to make preparation of alcohol? Yeast is the most important thing for the yeast. They require some substrate to convert that into a product. Okay? Huh? Grapes. No, grapes is used in the making of wine. There are different sources. For example, beer. What is the source for beer? Barley. Barley. No, see, generally anything that is having a sugar as a substrate, we can convert that sugar into alcohol by a process of fermentation. That sugar is converted into alcohol. That is called as fermentation generally. That sugar can be any source, but generally we will make beer with the barley. Historically also, the first we made with barley. It's very easy to make beer. It's not at all difficult. Take the barley grains, heat it, then add some yeast and left it for some days. That becomes beer. If you distill it, that becomes whiskey. If you double distill it, double distilled whiskey. Got it? How they will make this one? Same. Beer and whiskey both are same. What's the meaning of distillation? What's the meaning of distillation?
Taking out the minerals.
Huh?
Taking out the minerals of the water.
Taking out the minerals, no. Huh? See, alcohol is volatile. For example, if I take the barley, I cooked it, I added some yeast, and I fermented it. So there is a liquid portion with barley also. Then I will heat it. Which one will vapor first? Alcohol. Alcohol that is present in the beer will get vaporized. What is the percentage of alcohol in the beer?
3%.
Somewhere around one single digit only. Once you distill it, what happens? You are boiling it. Once you boil it, it becomes into vapor. Alcohol becomes into vapor. Then what you will do? You will take out that gas and condense it. That becomes alcohol. Now, what is the percentage of alcohol in the whiskey? Somewhere around 50%. Yes or no? Why it is concentration increasing? Because you are distilling it. Got the logic here. Okay. So anyway, come to here. Wine, grape. So this all comes under alcoholic beverages. Whiskey from apple cider. Apple, we call it as whatever the fermented product we call it as cider. No, that is not the answer. Whiskey generally from oats. Generally from oats. Okay. Even from barley also you can make whiskey. Generally in the large quantities in the industrial preparation, generally we use oats. Next. King throne, rider. King throne. What's the difference between king and throne? Where king sit? On the throne, no. Obviously can't sit on the ground. Obviously, rider sits on saddle. Not okay, rider sits on two options you get. One is chair. Okay, rider never sits on the chair. Rider will never sit on the seat. So your answer will be either saddle or horse. Your answer, better answer is saddle. Because on horse you will have a saddle. Good up gene ఉంటుంది కదా పైన. So on that you will sit. The answer is saddle. Next 237. Tanning leather. Pyrotechnics. We'll make it fast. Tanning leather. What is the relation between tanning and leather? What is the difference between tanning and leather? The process of making of leather from skin is called as tanning. Okay. In the same way, what is pyrotechnics? Pyro means fire. P-Y-R-E, fire, or pyro, P-Y-R-O, pyro means fire. So pyrotechnics is something related to fire. So the answer is fireworks. The process of making of fireworks is called as pyrotechnics. Pyro means fire. Techniques means technique to make that fireworks. So pyrotechnics. Okay. And how leather is made? Have you seen ever how a leather is made? It's not that much difficult. Even you can see it also. Just take out the skin and just soak in the oxalates, and after some time it will becomes quite rough and tough. Then you can make it leather. Okay. Next to that, video cassette, computer. So what is the relation between video player and the cassette? So generally we put the cassette in the video player. No? Cassette, before that we used to get cassette. Now it's not. Everybody's floppy, pen drives and all hard disks and everything. So before we were having a cassette that we used to play the bits. In the same way for computer, what you require? Floppy. Now it's a disc shaped one. Now we have that. Glucometer, blood sugar. What's the relation between glucometer and blood sugar? Glucometer is an instrument used to measure blood sugar. In the same way, sphygmomanometer is used to measure. Sphygmomanometer is to measure blood pressure. Almost done. Option B is the answer. Next, 240. Behavior psychology. Plant. Study of behavior is called psychology. Study of plant is called botany. It is also called as phytology also, but phytology is not there. So botany. Mitochondria energy, DNA. So what is the relation between mitochondria and energy? Mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. It never stores energy. There's nothing like storage of energy is not possible. It produces the energy. So mitochondria produces energy. What about DNA? So DNA is important for all. DNA is important for reproduction. DNA is important for your type of immunity you are having. DNA is important for locomotion. DNA is for inheritance also. But out of these four, which is the better option? Inheritance. DNA is always used for inheritance. Just you pass your genes from one generation to next generation. The purpose that you came out of the earth is also this purpose only. That is just you pass your genes to the next generation. It doesn't. You just didn't come out there to become an income tax officer or a GST inspector or examiner or a preventive officer. You just came out of the earth just to pass your genes to the next generation. So irrespective whether you crack the exam or not, doesn't matter. You have to marry and you have to pass your genes. Okay, that's the final, right? The last one, 242. Desert, mirage, ocean. So the same relation. Mirage is a phenomenon that occurs in the desert. In the same way, what is the phenomenon that occurs in ocean? Try to go logically. Come to first B option, whale. Is a whale is a phenomenon? It's an animal that is used in the ocean. So wrong. Blizzards. What are blizzards? What are blizzards? Anybody? Blizzards are nothing but the cold winds that will blow. For example, during winter, what happens? The cold winds will blow from the north towards the India. That's where the Himalayas are stopping the blizzards. That is the reason India will not experience too much cold during the winters. Blizzards means strong cold winds or called as blizzards. Hails means that they will use this word whenever the Chris Gale used to score any century or the Gale storm. Instead of hailstorm, they will use like Gale storm. What is the meaning of hail? Hailstorm means falling ice from the. So, what is the answer? El Nino is the answer. El Nino is a phenomenon that occurs in the ocean. You will study this in geography. El Nino, La Nino, Southern Oscillation, Indian monsoons, and all. You will study in the geography and climatology. Okay. Okay. That's it about your word analogy. So, after this class, we'll start a new topic. Generally, I like to start Venn diagrams because we'll get one question. So, we'll try to solve this topic. Okay. We'll take a break. After that, we'll start this new topic. Anybody? What is Venn diagram? Venn diagrams means? Relating? Venn diagram. Here also. Planet Mars wins. That's previous SS question format. Previous SS question approach in Star, Sun, Earth. Inko question allocation Earth, Moon, Satellite. Even previous questions. See, other format on the question. So that is the reason you need to practice previous questions. Otherwise, no, easy example. Let it be. See, what is Venn diagram? See, in case of Venn diagram, we have to establish the relationship by using the diagram. That's it. He will give 3 words, and in these 3 words, we try to establish the relationship between by using 3 words. We try to establish the relationship between among these 3 words by using the diagram. So by using the diagram, we have to establish the relationship between 3 words. So how to do that? Okay, first we try to directly we take one example and we'll start an explanation further. For example, this is the previous question, SSC question. So I'm just giving it. Dogs, cats, pets. This is the previous SSC question. Now, I will give questions also. I'm giving more than one question. Don't worry. If you know the answer, you tell it. Otherwise, no need. Same options. 9 options I'm giving, but you select only one option. Generally, by using this Venn diagram, which image you will select? Which one is your answer? What's the answer? Wrong. What the answer? F wrong. C wrong. Let's see how to solve. First of all, approach. Just don't try to pick the option. First, we try to understand the relation. That is very important. You have to understand the relation between two words. For example, if I take these two words, dogs and cats, if I take these two relations, can I see in total Venn diagram, there are only three relations are possible. Only three relations. What are the three relations? One is some, other one is all, other one is no. Yes or no? There's nothing like some not here. Don't worry. So only these three relations. What are they? Some, all, no. So if you want to establish the relationship between two given words, either it should be some, all, or no. For example, if you take first word some, can I say some dogs are cats or some cats are dogs? Can I use the word some dogs are cats and some cats are dogs? Can you use the? No. So some is eliminated. Can I use all dogs are cats or all cats are dogs? Can I use that? No. Then what's the relation here? No is the relation because no dog is a cat because cats are different, dogs are different. These are different animal, these are different animals. So no relation. Okay, that's one is no. Now come to the next one. Dogs and cat pets. First we will see in this direction and later we'll check in the reverse direction also. You have to check both directions, remember. Some dogs are pets or some pets are dogs. Can you use the word some there? Can I use the word some dogs are pets? Yes or no? Can I use all dogs are pets? All dogs are pets. No. So I can remove all here also. Yes or no? Can I say that no dog is pet? No. So there is a relation of what? So, in this direction. Now you have to check vice versa also. Can I call some pets are dogs? Can I say some pets are dogs? Yes or no? There are different types of pets, maybe a cat, maybe a dog, maybe other animal, yes or no? Some pets are also dogs. So the relation between dog and dog and pet is some. Now come to the relation between cat and pet now. What is the relation between cat and pet? Some cats are pets or no cat is pet or all cats are pets. Again here also some. So here also your answer is some. So some pets are cats. Now by saying these three, in which of these following Venn diagrams where you can see some and no? Where you can see some and no relation in all these diagrams? Which option? Option B. In case of this option B, obviously these are dogs and these are cats. There is no relation between dog and cat. But if you put pet at the center, some pets are dogs, some pets are cats. So some satisfied, some pets are dogs, some pets are cats, and no dog is cat. Is similarly, no dog is cat. So your answer is B is the answer. You got how to look at the question? And remember one more thing, this some all and no concept is applicable for not living things only. Living entities. Don't apply for non-living things. Okay? Don't. ఇందులో ఈ రెండు కలిసిపోయాయి కదా ఇదేంటిది ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఇదంటే ఆల్ కదా ఈ లోపల అంటే ఇప్పుడు బయట మనం పెట్స్ అనుకుంటున్నారు ఇప్పుడు లోపల డాగ్స్ పెడితే ఆల్ డాగ్స్ ఆర్ పెట్స్ అసలు ఆల్ అనేది మనకి రిలేషన్ రాలేదు అసలు సో ఆల్ అనేది ఓన్లీ సమ్ ఇస్ ద రిలేషన్ దట్ యు గాట్ సో ఓన్లీ సమ్ ఇస్ పాసిబుల్ ఇన్ ఆల్ ద కేసెస్ ఓన్లీ హియర్ ఇస్ సమ్ హియర్ సమ్ ఇస్ పాసిబుల్ అండ్ దీస్ టు ఆర్ నో సో ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ ఆప్షన్ బి సో వెన్ you are confused in the exams, you pick the answer, no problem. Whenever you're confused, at least wait for a second and check some, no, all relation. Then you will get clarity. Okay, that's the only bottom line I want to say. Okay, let's solve some questions now. Got the logic? Once we started solving questions, we'll get more familiarized. So that is the reason I will try to solve maximum questions from this. At least I will solve some 40 to 50 questions, then you get more familiarized. Okay, so let's start with some questions. You try to answer it. Everybody should participate. Don't make the class bore. Okay, 101. Just pick the option out of A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I. 101. What's the answer? H is the answer. Why? What is the relation between mammals and cows? There are two relations. There are two relations. You have to be careful here. What is the first relation? Can I say from mammals to cows? What is the relation? All or some? All mammals are cows, or some mammals are cows? Some mammals are cows. See, remember this. I'm writing again so that you don't confuse later. So mammals and cows. All mammals are cows, or some mammals are cows? Some mammals are cows. When you are moving from cows to mammals, all cows are mammals or some cows are mammals? All cows are mammals. See, when you encounter some and all, which one you have to take? Always you have to take all. This relation you have to take. When you say that all cows are mammals, you put like this, no, all cows are mammals. Yes, sir? So the relation don't take some. So always take all. If both some and all is applicable between the two words. ఒకవేళ సమ్ ఆల్ రెండు రిలేషన్షిప్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ అవుతే you have to take only always all, but don't take some because you get wrong answer if you take some. Now, what about crow? What is the relation between cow and crow? Is there any relation between cow and crow? Crows are birds. Cow is a mammal. No relation. Obviously, mammals and crows. No, crows are birds. So your answer is H is the answer. Next one. One or two. Human beings. Girl, boy. What's the answer? C is the, human beings, girl, boy. What's the answer? What's the answer? Answer is option C. Human beings. All girls are human beings. All boys are human beings. Is there any relation between girl and boy? Is there any relation between girl and boy? No relation. Girls are different. Boys are different. Okay. So in human beings, you are having girls and you are having boys. Completely different. Okay. Don't say like this. Okay. I'm giving an example. This is all are human beings. These are girls and these are boys. Who are they? Don't say they are transgenders. They are hermaphrodites. Okay. They are belongs to the LGBT community. No, don't say all this kind of stuff. Okay. Please stop that. Girls, boys. That's it. Next one. So your answer is option C. Next one, 103. And one more thing. You require GK for this. Okay. We should know cow is a mammal. Without knowing cow is a mammal, how can you answer it? Yes or no? You should some bit of GK is required. So your answer is legumes. Legumes 6 or legumes both are same. Legumes, peas, kidney beans. What are legumes? What are legumes? Nitrogen fixing bacteria. That's okay, fine. Plants where nitrogen fixation happens with the help of organisms, other organisms. Okay, rhizobium is a, it's not a plant. Is rhizobium a plant? Yeah, it's a bacteria. Rhizobium is a nitrogen fixing bacteria in groundnut. That's everything happens in groundnut. Nodule formation and everything happens in groundnut. Okay, simple what are legumes and in legumes we call it as pappu dinusulu. I don't know how to use in Kannada language. I don't know that. They are called as pappu dinusulu. Pappu dinusulu means all protein rich foods. No, you'll have pappu means generally we have that protein rich foods. Examples like peas, grams, red gram, green gram, Bengal gram, all these things. All this comes under legumes. Okay. So your answer is in legumes, you are having peas as well as beans. All these are legumes or leguminous crops. All these example is peas and kidney beans. I think you know kidney beans, I think. What do you call kidney beans in Telugu? Rajma in Hindi. ఏమంటారు కిడ్నీ బీన్స్ తెలుగులో? బటర్ చికెన్. Beans కాదు, కిడ్నీ బీన్స్, షేప్ ఆఫ్ ఎ కిడ్నీ. The bean is in the shape of a kidney. గుర్రానికి ఎక్కువగా దాన వేస్తా అంటారు దాన్ని. పులావా? పులావలా? Yeah, horse gram. Next one, yes. Next one, 104. Black-eyed people, brown-haired people, Indian. What's the answer? D. Delhi. Now, there is no relation between black-eyed people and brown-haired people? Some black-eyed people may have a brown hair also. Try to establish a relation. Or some no. Check once the second. Again, you are picking answer. Still, you are not out of the habit. It takes time. I know. Well, you have to practice a bit further to come out of that habit. So try to establish the some no all relationship because both are living no people. People means living. So we have to put the relation there. So what is the relation? What is the answer for 104? What is the answer? G is the answer. Anybody got F? If is the correct answer, yes or no? No. If it was the okay, some black-eyed people will have brown hair. See that the relation. Some black-eyed people will have brown hair. So black-eyed people will have brown hair people. We are talking about people. So people are there outside India also. So obviously there is a reason. Some Indians will have brown hair. Some Indians will have both brown hair and black hair. And some Indians will have only black-eyed people. So this is Indians. So there are some other people, they are not having even black eye as well as brown hair also. No? So your answer is G is the correct answer. Okay. Generally, what we think, no, they're talking about Indians. So in the Indians, they will put that some black-eyed people are having brown hair. No, they're talking about people. People means you have to think even outside of India as well. So best answer is option G is the answer. Next 105. See, same type of question. Earth, sea, sun. I said no. Earth, sea, sun. Non-living things. What is the answer? Earth, sea, sun. You can pick non-living things is very easy generally. General non-living things are very easy to answer. Earth, sea, sun. What's the answer? Yeah. Yeah, na? Okay. What is the outer one? What is the outer circle? Earth or sea or sun? Sun. Inside the sun? No. Very good. H. What is the answer? H is the answer. Where is sea? Where is sea? Inside the earth, huh? Okay. Okay, it is on the earth. Okay. Is there sea outside the earth? Is there any sea outside the earth? Is there? On Mars there is no sea. If there is no water, then how you can call it as a sea? So there is no sea outside the earth. Don't confuse it. You are very easy, valuable man. Okay, anyway, Earth is sea, sun. So Earth, inside on the Earth, you are having what? Some part of the Earth is covered with sea. Obviously, sun is a star. Earth is a planet. There is no relation between sun and Earth. So the answer is H is the answer. Good. Next one. Sun, moon, molecules. 106. Sun, moon, molecules. See? Okay, one answer is C. Next. D. D. What is the relation between molecules and sun? We'll try to understand the relation. We'll try to understand the relation between sun and molecules and moon and molecules first. Because is there a relation between sun and moon? Sun is a star, moon is a satellite. There is no relation. Now we try to understand the relation between moon and molecules. Is there a relation between moon and molecules? Moon is made up of everything in this universe is made up of everything in this universe is made up of what? Molecules. So what is your answer now? Yeah, see that everything is made up of molecules in this. Sun is also made up of molecule as well as moon is also made up of molecules. So this is the answer. Everything is made up of molecules. So this is sun and this is moon. Okay, option C is the answer. Okay, next. Okay, let's start answering one by one now. Yes. First one, human being, doctor, patient. Human being, doctor, patient. What is the answer? Which option? What is the relation between human being and doctor? Some are all. All doctors are human beings. So some is not possible. So eliminated. Then which option?
E.
F, E, then C. C also. Then that's it. Okay. Okay. First come to F. Yes. We know that human beings and doctors are patients. So all doctors are human beings, all patients also human beings. So obviously human beings comes on the top. Now the relation between doctor and patient. Is just can we say that now if you take the relation between these two, can I say that all doctors are patients? No. Can I say all patients are doctors? No. All is eliminated because both are living. I can take all some. Can I take no doctor is patient? Can I say, is there any doctor without having no BP, no sugar, no kidney problem, no heart ailment, no brain ailment? No, no. Almost all 90% of the doctors are having more diseases compared to normal people. Okay, who will have more number of diseases for doctors? You know why? You know why doctors have more number of diseases? Because they're so busy that they will not eat on time also. Sometimes the doctors are so busy, some doctors, even they can't eat the food on time. For example, they go to surgery, the surgery will perform like 6 hours or 7 hours, even they can't eat food properly. So because of having improper eating habits for 10 years, 15 years, it leads to a lot of diseases for them. Okay, anyway, some doctors are patients. So your answer is this one. Some doctors are patients. Not all doctors are patients or all patients are doctors, all doctors are patients, not possible. So this is the answer. So which option? Option E of is the answer. Next one, volleyball player quote. It's very interesting question and most confusion question. Or first of all are living or not living? Non-living things. So try to answer it. Volleyball player. What is the relation between volleyball and player? Some volleyball player or all volleyball player or all players are volleyballs or no player is a volleyball? Some. Okay. Imagine this is the volleyball. I am the player. How to relation? Some is the volleyball. I am the player. Tell me the relation between volleyball. I am a volleyball player. I am a player. This is a volleyball. Put the relation between these two. They will play. Let it be. I will throw this. I am playing. But how can some relation? Got the logic what I am saying? I am playing this. I can throw this. I can catch this. I can do whatever. I can play with this. But how relation between these two? I am a living. This is non-living. How you relate living and non-living with some? How you relate a living and non-living with all? Is it possible? Got the logic? So what is the answer? Even though the player plays with the volleyball, that is the activity he is doing with the object. But if I can't say that it is my part, I can't say it is some or all of part of it. Yes or no? Can I say that? No. So that is the reason. Answer is no. No volleyball is a player. Volleyball is different. Player is different. Volleyball is a non-living and this person is a living. What about court? For example, this is a court. Imagine I'm a player. I may play within a court, but I can't say that court is a part of me or I am the part of the court. So it is also not possible. So all are completely different. So your answer is option D is the answer. Okay. For example, see the next question. 109. Hockey player, rubber ball. Hockey player may play with the ball, but I can't say that some hockey players are rubber balls. That becomes wrong. Similarly, in the above question also same, no? So what is the answer? 109. Which option? Out of 9 options. No, if you are able to pick one option out of 9 options, means you are perfect. Because in the exams you have to pick from 4 options only, no? Okay. What is the answer? 109. Which option? What is the answer? I. Why? There is there Is there any relation between hockey player and ball, rubber ball? No, hockey player is different. Rubber ball is different. Is there any relation between rubber ball and poet? Again, rubber ball is a non-living, poet is a living, so no relation. We know that. Now, is there any relation between hockey player and poet? Some hockey players are poets. Some hockey players are poets. So obviously, this is answer. Answer is option H is the answer. Sorry, I is the answer. Next, 110. Very interesting question. Highly logical. Writing the answer. Judge, thief, criminal. Judge, thief, criminal. Which option? Okay. One option is H. One option is H. Then another option is I. Then liquidation. Next, H. Okay. H. Yes, your option. Why? Okay. Let's try to understand this. First of all are living. So when all are living means there is a chance of applying all and some. There is a chance of that. First we will try to apply judges and thieves. Can I say that some judges are thieves? Can I say some judges are thieves? Who is judge? Who is judge? Generally, common sense point of view. Who is judge? A person who sits in the court and he will give judgment. Who is thief? The judgment is listened by not only thief. Lawyers will listen, everybody will listen. The typist there also will listen. No, that's not the case. Okay. So now, is there any relation between judge and thief? No. See, judge is different. Thief, because judge is a person who give judgment, and thief means a person who already done some kind of shoplifting or some kind of criminal activity. No? So there is no relation between judge and thief. See here, whenever you come across this kind of questions, you have to remember that you try to separate the professions. Don't mix the profession here. There might be some judges or thieves. There might be in the society, but you should not take like this. For exam point of view, you take judges are means these are the people who give judgment. Thieves means these are the people who committed that particular crime. Yes or no? So now what is the relation between thief and criminal? Some thieves are criminals or all thieves are criminals? Some thieves are criminals. So this is theft and this is criminal. Who are these persons? Okay. Remember, you are a police inspector now of some area. Some crime happened, means some kind of theft. He intruded into the house and he took all the. What is the section you will put on him? Civil or criminal? You will follow civil procedure code or criminal procedure code? Civil means divorce cases, divorce cases and some kind of property cases. This all comes under your civil cases. Criminal means that all this theft, murder, all this comes under criminal activity. So that is the reason all thieves are criminals. There is no like good thief and bad thief. A thief is a thief. All thieves are criminals. Now what about judges? Judges are completely different. So answer is H is the answer. Answer is H. It's a bit logical. Why? Because why it's quite interesting, because some people think that why can't some judges can't be thieves? Some judges are criminals also, no? So for example, there are some judges on whom that criminal charges have been filed. But you can't consider that. In this case, you have to consider, okay, what are judges, what are thieves, what are criminals? Look at like this. That is approach. Yes, that is approach in the exam. Okay. Next one. Week, day, year. I think it's easy one. Which option? Week, day, year. Option A. Right. For a year, in the year you are having week. In the week you are having days. So year, weekend, days. 112. Gold, ornament, silver. What is the answer? Wrong. What is the answer? B is the answer. See, think logically here. What is the relation between gold and ornament? All gold is ornament or some gold is ornament? Some gold is ornament because other gold is used in a lot of electronic equipment. We use as a bullion market, means in the gold can be used as a transactions also. Yes or no? So I can say that some gold is ornament, not all the gold is ornament. In the same way, oh sorry. In the same way, what about silver and ornament? All silver is ornament or only some silver is ornament? Some silver, no? So you will have what? Silver. Is there any relation between gold and silver? Gold is a different metal, silver is a different metal. These two are completely different metals. So your answer is option B is the answer. Already written. Good. So that is approach. Okay, remember that. Next one, male father doctor. Hmm? Yes. The answer is Shekhar. Why sir clean? Why sir clean? Huh? What is outer circle? Male. Inside the male you're having fathers. There are no female doctor. Huh? If outside is male, you are putting all the doctors are males, you are saying. And then the local doctor not find a male there. So you're saying that all doctors are there are no female doctors. Huh? Is that right? So what is the answer? So males, all males are fathers or all fathers are males? All males are all fathers are males. Okay. Now what about doctors? Yeah, some males are doctors, some male fathers are doctors, and some female doctors. So this is the doctor. Okay. Option E is the answer. Next. Yeah, E is the answer. Good. Next one. Sea Island Mountain. Very interesting question again. Most confusion question. No, 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 no. H. Yeah. Okay. Why did it know?
City,
Mm.
between the city, there is an island.
Mm.
Mountain.
Mountain is different. What is the largest mountain in Andaman Nicobar Islands? Hmm? Barnell is a dormant volcano. That is only important generally. Yes. What is the answer? Sea Island Mountain. Which option is the better option? D. Huh? Generally, where islands are present? Then how come D? H. Okay, one answer is H. Also. Then other answers. Try to think logically. Try to get the accurate answer. Okay. How? What is the approach towards this question? Some apply, all apply. If you are not possible, try to get the better option. Yafla, right? See, inside mountains or island? Or island mountains? No, where are Himalayas? Inside the sea. If this is the sea, you're putting Himalayas in the sea, huh? Huh? Maybe E. Okay. If C, E na E kada? Okay. If E is your answer, let's see here. You are saying that C, in the sea you are having island. And where are mountains means some mountains are on the earth, so outside the sea. Some mountains are in the sea, and some mountains are on the island. That's what you are saying. Yes or no? The logical question is there mountain in the sea? Is there any mountain in the sea? Okay, I will give a logical explanation for this. What is the height of Mount Everest? What is the height of Mount Everest? 8848 meters. Recently, the size is increased somewhere around 8848 point something now. How you are calculating that height? From the sea level. So this is the sea level means from here you are calculating. If there is a mountain in the sea, how you will calculate? Like this, huh? Got logic. Sir, no?
There is a mountain in Japan. It is taller than Mount Everest, but half of the part is in the sea. That's why it's
My,
kind
what is the height of that mountain? I am asking that thing. How you calculate the height? See, that is the explanation. They want to show you the gravity of the depth or something. By comparing the Mount Everest, okay, this is 8 kilometers. Obviously, sorry, this is some much height. So this is so and so gorge. So they try to compare it. But when you study oceanography, particularly when you study about sea floor, the classification of mountains is not like that you on the earth. On the earth, you compare everything with the sea. So inside in the oceanography, there is a other classification for the mountains that are present in the sea. You don't call them as a mountains. So there is no mountains in the sea. Okay. So then what is the best answer? So this eliminated because you are saying that mountains are there present in the sea. And at the same time, there are mountains in the island also. And at the same time, there are mountains outside the sea. So there are mountains outside the sea, there are mountains in the island. But where the islands are present? In the sea. So the correct answer prediction is very difficult. So that is the reason we'll go with the best option. The best option is this is the option. C. Definitely islands are present in the sea. And where the mountains are present? Mountains are present outside. This is what you can predict because I can't enter into sea. If this intersects with the sea, I'm saying that there are mountains in the sea, which is not possible. But you see more number of mountains. The best option out of this, that is the best option you can pick it, right? You may get doubt. Then how it diagram is not possible because in the exam will be only 4 options. Don't worry. In the 4 options, there is the best option. Okay. So this is the answer. What is the answer? This one. H is the answer. The last one, not last one. In the material last one, I will give some more questions, logical questions. Mountain, forest, earth. Mountain, forest, earth. What is your answer? Obviously, both are present in the earth. Mountains are present on the forest is also present on the earth. And you know that some mountains are covered with the forest, and some forests are having what? Mountains. Both are covered with each other. So what is your answer? F is the answer. So direct what is the F is the answer. Now, what I will try to do is now I will try to give some questions. You try to answer. I will try to some important previous questions. You try to answer one by one. Previous question, recent question. So I'm starting with the recent question. Lawyers, smokers, non-smokers. Write down question. Lawyers, smokers, and non-smokers. Lawyers, smokers, non-smokers. Okay, I have to give options now. Just a minute, I'll give options. Let's see some. I will go with the previous questions only. Logical Venn diagram, 680. Yeah, I think this previous question only. Somewhere it is available for me. Yeah, this one. So there is 4 options here. Don't write all these options because I will give these options as well. Try to pick the better option out of all this. This is CGL 2002, but it is repeated. Let's keep on repeating. You can see many times this question. And show the following diagram, different smokers, lawyers, non-smokers. Okay. What is the answer? Fourth option. Is really fourth option is the correct option or the best option? There are two things. 100% corruption or the best option? Tell me, 100% correct or best option? 100% correct. Let's see. Don't get confused much. It's not there that much. See, smokers, lawyers, and non-smokers. So these are lawyers. Yes or no? All these are lawyers. Some lawyers are smokers. Some lawyers are non-smokers. This is your answer. Who are these people? Who are those people at the center? Who are these people? Got the logic now? Who are they? Is it 100% possible? With the Venn diagram, can you represent a 100% relationship? No. That is the reason you have to follow the best one. This is the best out of these four options. Because either lawyer should be a smoker or lawyer should be a non-smoker. But this is not possible, no. Don't say they're drinkers. Okay, don't say that. Okay, so that's anyway, answer is 4. That is the best option. Always this type of questions are possible. Okay. Next one more question. We'll try. There is one more question. This is also quite interesting. And huh? 4A. 4 ఆన్సర్ 4A. కాకపోతే ఏంటంటే నేను అది 100% కరెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్ కాదు, బెస్ట్ ఆప్షన్ అని చెప్తున్నాను. దాని ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే అది అనమాట. ఇది కరెక్టే, 4 ఇస్ ఆన్సర్. అంటే వెన్ డయాగ్రామ్స్ అలా పాసిబుల్ అవుతాయి అని మీకు ఒక ఇండికేషన్ ఇవ్వడానికి. యా దిస్ వన్. Which of the following Venn diagram gives the relationship? See, only this type of questions will repeat. So that is the reason always try to solve only previous questions. Don't solve any R.S. Agarwal book. I am saying that don't buy that big book. Okay. So don't buy R.S. Agarwal or don't buy this Disha publications or that publication or this publication. In the market, lot of publications are available. Only buy chapter-wise previous questions and practice that book. Definitely will get 100% answer. Yes, what is the answer? Friend, guide, philosopher. Your friend is a guide and a philosopher, huh? No. A 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not getting the meaning of first option and third option. I'm unable to get the difference between the first option and third option. Okay. Diagram you can represent a circle or in some other form. It doesn't matter now whether you are using circle or we are using a triangle or whether you use a square or a rectangle or a rhombus. It doesn't matter us, but which option? No, actually this is not this book typing mistake. This is a typing mistake question. What's the answer? You pick one answer. Best answer. Answer 3. Yes, everybody said that answer 3. Why? Some friends are guides, some friends are philosophers as well as guide plus your friend. So yeah, C is the answer. Yeah, try to answer this one now. Very important question for SSC. Musicians, instrumentalists, and violinists. What's the answer? Yeah. Now, what is the relation between musicians and instrumentalists? Some, no, or all? All musicians are instrumentalists. So musician means he will use instrument only, no? So all instrumentalists. In this you are having what? Musicians. In this you are having, in this musicians or all musicians. So obviously you are having violinists also. So your answer is 1 is the answer. Good. See, the question looks difficult, but it's very easy only. There's a lot of data is given, no? There is only easy question only, don't worry. Husband, wife, family. Actually, what's the answer? Imagine I'm eliminating one option and I'm keeping my own option. Okay. If that is the case, one of or fifth option you can take it as fifth option also, no problem. Wife, husband together forms family. Sir, no. The answer is 4. If I'm giving one more option, is this is correct or wrong? Between fourth option and this option, which one is correct? Fifth one is correct. Or fourth one is correct? Fourth one is correct. How both can be not possible? Oh, because okay, there is nothing like, for example, I will have the same explanation. I will just change the question a bit more. Right, to write one more question. Parents. Oh, no, not parents. Right now. Wife, husband, children. What is the same options? All 4 options are same. What is the answer? E. 3. ఏంటి ఆప్షన్ లేదంటవా మామూలుగా అయితే ఏ ఆప్షన్ ఉండాలి it doesn't matter gender doesn't matter yeah what is the answer wife is different husband is different and children are different with wife with husband people are but don't write like this if this option is the wife husband together then only child no something the logic here so wife is different okay this wife husband and children all are completely different similarly don't say that this is wife this husband together forms family again no but logic one more question you write house bedroom bathroom yeah 4 same options are same 4 options these 4 options are 4 or 2 so okay whatever it may be these are the 4 options and this is the question what's your answer whether it's attached bathroom or individual or without attached what is the answer what's the answer 4 why can't 2 why remember it's only a single bedroom house 1 BHK okay there may be attached bathroom also see that is not a part of your bedroom you are saying attached when you use the word attached it is not a part of your bedroom even they're having only one bathroom and that too that you attach to your bedroom it doesn't mean that there is a part of your bedroom bathroom is always a bathroom only that cannot become your bedroom in the same way your bedroom cannot become a bathroom even though it is attached it's some logical thing so obviously answer is option 4 when I ask this question this is the biggest doubt people get okay this is house in the house there is a bedroom in the bedroom there is bathroom how where are you sleeping are you sleeping in the bathroom logically think Are you sleeping in the bathroom? So this is bedroom. That's attached. Attached is that is a different from this. Okay, don't go with that kind of logic. Okay, just try to think what exactly is asking. Okay, so this is wrong. Obviously, 4 is the correct answer. Okay. Science, maths, biology, you can answer. It's not a big deal. Furniture, chair, table, you can answer. That's not a big deal. Men, rodent, living beings. I think you know what are rodents, so you can answer. Uh, Shark, whale, turtle, yes, you can answer. Language, Hindi, English, yes, you can answer. Educated, unemployed, and teachers. Yeah, we'll take this one. A slight kind of economics are involved. So let's try to answer this. What is that? What is the answer? Select the diagram which shows the relation between educated people, unemployed, and teachers. What is the relation between educated and unemployed? Some, all, no. Some or all or no? Huh? Some educated are unemployed. What is the meaning of unemployed people? What is the definition of unemployment? What is the definition of unemployment?
There is no job. We are willing to do, but they can't provide.
They are willing to do but unable to find the work at prevailing wage rate. It's called as unemployment. That is the definition. That they are willing but they are unable to find at the present wage rate. That is called as unemployed. Simply example is you. Are you unemployed? No. Are you unemployed? Are you unemployed? Yes or no? Yes, I think you are still pursuing education. So yeah, remaining people try to answer. Are you uneducated? Sorry, unemployment. You are educated, I know. Are you unemployed? No. Why?
We are not.
The definition will not fulfill the definition. That is, you are not willing to work. You are not willing to work. Okay. If you are willing to work, obviously you'll apply. You will take the file. That's how they will show in the movies. Go to each and every door. No vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy. If you are in that position, you are called as unemployed. But you want to pursue higher education. You are want a better thing. So you are voluntary. You are not employing. Got it right? So that is different. So yeah, come to this relation. What is the relation between educated and unemployed? Some educated are unemployed. What about teachers? What about unemployment in teachers? No relation between unemployment and teachers. Sir, no. First of all, what is the relation between educated and teachers? All educated are teachers, or all teachers are educated? All teachers are obviously educated. What about unemployed? Some teachers are unemployed. Can I say? During COVID time, teacher became unemployed. No, the moment there is his job is now unemployed. They can't say that. So what is the answer? Some educated will be unemployed. Okay. So what is your answer? Is it? What is the answer? First one is the answer, right? First one is the answer. Write down one more question. Write down. Army, Army. Doctor, engineer. Army, doctor, engineer. So try to give the answer logically. Same options, 9 options. You're having 9 options now. You can predict the best answer. Hmm? B. Next, any other answer? G. D. G. What is the relation between doctor and engineer? Can you say some doctors are engineers? Doctor is a different profession. Engineer is a different profession. So we cannot mix professions. Professions cannot be mixed. Only hobbies can be mixed. For example, walking, running, then they can mix. So what is the answer? Best answer? D. That's it. You are taking army as job, as a profession, or as an organization. Army is a profession or organization. Army is an organization. In that organization, there are doctors, there are engineers, there are sipais, there are officers. That's a big organization. Army is a big organization. So what is your answer? Your answer is army. B is answer. Yes, good. Army. In that, some doctors work in the army, some engineers work in the army, and there is no relation between doctor and engineer. So your answer is option B is the answer. Army is an organization. For example, if the same question is like this: doctor, engineer, and a lieutenant, or a captain, or a brigadier. Yes or no? Then your answer becomes D, because your army is an organization where all are present in that. So that is what important. How you are taking this question is very important. Okay. Take down the next question. Write down the question. Greek, Latin, Sanskrit. Greek, Latin, Sanskrit. What is the answer? Okay. If I remove the word Latin and I put Hindi, then what is the answer? What is the answer? It doesn't matter whether I replace, your answer is D. Why? All are three different languages. Greek is different, Hindi is different, and Sanskrit is different. But if I give the same question, some people think that Hindi is originated from Sanskrit. So what they will go for option is this is Sanskrit. Inside there is Hindi. It's not inside there is Hindi. It is origin. Origin means that is done. At present, if you see at present, Sanskrit is a different language. Hindi is that you have to see present perspective, not origin. So remember one more point, very important. In Venn diagrams, you cannot draw origin. In Venn diagrams, you cannot draw origin. Something that is coming out, you cannot draw that with. You cannot represent with these circles or triangles or rectangles. Yes or no? For example, write down one question. Write down one question. Machine, goods, factory. Machine, good, and factory. So what is your answer? Again, the moment I say goods, don't say whether it is a capital good or consumer good. Again, consumer, durable, non-durable, no. Just take as a goods. Again, I say machinery, or machinery is a capital good, so obviously machine is also a good. No. Okay, don't apply too much economics. What's the answer? B. What's the answer? Always, generally, machinery present in the factory only. Machinery is always present in the factory. If I'm a player, I can't be always in the court. I'm moving, no, somewhere here, and I'm living being. Machinery is a non-living, and that too present in the factory always. Okay. So generally, if you see this one, obviously, now what about goods? From where the goods are origin? From the machine. So that is the reason you cannot draw like this. So this is machine, goods are coming from the machine. So origin cannot be drawn. The main purpose of this question is to show that origin cannot be drawn. That's done, happen, origin done. Now machine is different, goods are different. That's what is the meaning I want to convey here. But anyway, the answer is very simple. In a factory, you are having machines, you are having goods. In a factory having machines as well as goods, but don't draw like this. Don't put inside. In a factory there is machine, so goods are coming out of that machine. So put in this. Don't go this kind of logic. Okay. Next question. Write down. We'll have some questions regarding different subjects. Okay. Write down. First question regarding economics. Some 1-2 questions are possible from economics. Write down. Profit, dividend, bonus. What's the answer? D. So dividend is different, profit is different, bonus is different. Everything is different. Huh? Bonus from profits only, except railways. Railways is a PSU. So even though he's in the losses, he will give bonus. Every year he will give 72 days of bonus and all, except railways. Don't take that. See, if you take any company, imagine this is the company. For example, imagine this company is making some 100 crores of profit. Remember, it's making some 100 crores of profit. In this, how much as CIT, corporation income tax? 30%. So 30 crore is given. Once in this profit, 30 crores as a tax, what is the remaining 70? Profit only. In this profit, the government will give this profit, whatever the profit that got, that is this part, 30% is over, 30% is over. Whatever the profit that that particular company is having, that will give as a dividend. Profit is only giving as dividend, no. Losses cannot be given, no. I can't give dividend from my pocket. Is it possible? So dividend is from profit only. So what is dividend? Is it profit only, no? Depend upon your share. Now, if you worked extremely well, when you are highly profitable, then only the company will give bonus. So in profit, there are 2 types of profit. One is called as distributed profit. Other one is called as undistributed profit. Undistributed profit is kept separate for their future purpose. But this bonus, dividend, all comes under your profit only, from the distributed profit only. Yes or no? So what is the answer now? What is the answer? C. So you're having profits. Obviously, the dividend and bonus, everything comes under profit only. They will not come under loss. Yes or no? Got the logic? Okay. Next question. Polity. Now come to polity. There are many questions that can be possible. I know. MLA, MP, sorry, not MP. MLA, MLC, Assembly. Only very simple question. You can answer it. What is the answer? Even I don't want to write also. What is the answer? See, in Assembly we'll have MLAs and MPs. Okay. Write down next one. Cabinet Minister, Cabinet Minister, Home Minister, Ministers. Cabinet Minister, Cabinet Minister, Home Minister. This previous question only, and Ministers. And Minister. Which option out of A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I? First one is A, inka D. Okay, D, then C. Okay, somebody said C also. Then F. F, then that's it. Okay. First come to ministers. Who are ministers? I give 3. No, one is a cabinet minister, home minister, cabinet. Sorry, not CB, CM. Here CM means cabinet minister. Don't say it's chief minister. Home minister, HM, not headmaster. Then followed by minister. Yeah. Who is a minister? Huh? All are ministers. Who are? No, I'm asking just who is a minister? Huh? All belongs to minister. Who is the? What is the meaning of all? All means. Can I say that all MPs are ministers? No. Then what is the meaning of all? That's what I'm asking you. Who are ministers? Who handles certain departments in the parliament? They are called as ministers. Can I say that all MPs are ministers? No. maybe from opposition party also. Can I say that all the MPs of the majority party can be a minister? For example, there are how many MPs for BJP at present in this government in the 17th Lok Sabha? More than 332 or 33 MPs for BJP. Is there all are MPs? All these are MPs only? All these are ministers? Yes or no? No. Then who is a minister? That's what I'm asking. What you said is correct. That is, out of all these people, generally who is the head of this particular party? Maybe you can call as Narendra Modi, in this case, Amit Shah, whatever. And these people will select out of this MPs, these people will select some people and they will give them some post. That is the wish and wishes of the Prime Minister, whether to give that post or not to give that post to a particular person that we call as a ministers. Generally, total, how many ministers are there in the parliament? How many ministers are there? Either it's parliament or state. Generally, what is the limit for? Is there any limit for the ministers? For example, in Telangana, there are total how many constituents are there? MLA constituents in Telangana? How many? Telangana don't know. At least EAP? 175. Out of this 175, how many MLAs can become ministers? A total how many MPs in the central government, both state Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, it doesn't matter. How many should become then? So there is a rule, remember that. Wow, only 15% of total parliament, huh? Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. For Rajya Sabha, entire parliament. Entire parliament is both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Entire parliament, wrong. Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is selected. Rajya Sabha is nominated. So elected people, 50% of the Lok Sabha. Okay, 50% of Lok Sabha means now how many are people in Lok Sabha? How many people in the Lok Sabha? How many MPs are there in the Lok Sabha? 545 into 15%. Total how much? The figure comes around 10% means 54.5. 5% means 27.25 something will get. Somewhere around 54 plus 27. Somewhere around 83. 81, huh? Somewhere more than 81 or 82. Yes or no? So minimum minister should be this much only. Should not ask 100 or 200. అందరికి అరే ఎవరు మీరు ఎంపీగా అంటారు నేను మినిస్టర్ ఇస్తా అనడానికి లేదు. ఓకే దానికోసం మళ్ళీ కొట్టుకొని రావాలి, అది వేరే కేసు అది. సో హూ ఆర్ మినిస్టర్స్? దీస్ ఆర్ మినిస్టర్స్. These are ministers. 50, that's there. Out of these ministers, there are again some powerful ministries are there. Powerful in the sense, the role that they played in the governance. For example, take finance, powerful, home, powerful, defense, powerful. These are called as powerful. So in this entire ministries, there are certain ministers that are very, very powerful. That is called as cabinet ministers. In this cabinet minister, home minister is a part of cabinet minister. So this is the answer. So this is ministers. You are having cabinet minister. In cabinet minister, they are having a home minister. So this kind of questions can be expected in the exam from polity. In biology, you can expect a lot of exams. A lot of examples are possible in biology. You take vertebrates, invertebrates, reptiles, mammals, fishes, diseases, vitamins, minerals, macro minerals, micro minerals. You can expect a lot of questions from biology. So that when you study biology and remember, then you can ask this kind of, then you can answer those kind of questions. How much time? Oh, already called on. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll solve the remaining questions in the next class. Okay.